Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I know all of us have been waiting for Honorable Beth Mugo, the Minister for Public Health and Sanitation. She had said she had wanted to be in this meeting, and she has not been able to make it here. And she has sent me with greetings to all of you. And then I believe we may wish to know each other first. Dr. Sharif, shall we introduce the team? Because we have a World Health Organization here, and we have the company Merck, who have visited us, and the officers of the ministry and the media. So,
Dr. Sharif, Director of Public Health.
My name is Dave Gangan, and I work in WHO Geneva in the Department of Neglected Tropical Disease.
yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Joka Palisada, National Coordinator, Neglected Tropical Disease.
Yes.
Leonard Saika, Region.
Oh.
Dr. Jack Sperling, Max Arona, Technical Operations responsible.
He's our Director for Africa and Intercontinental Region.
Thank you.
Managing Director.
Stephen Oshman. Welcome. The CEO of Merck.
Merck Serona.
Merck Serona. Welcome. We wanted to hear your voice. But I made a mistake of mentioning your name. Looks like behind us there are members of the press. I believe so. And also our officers, some of them are here. We have not finished the introduction.
I'm Performance Marketing Manager for Merck.
Yes. All of us. Yes. People who do not want to introduce themselves are members of the press. Invited guests. So, having done the introduction that way, just wanted to introduce the subject. That today we are into neglected tropical diseases. And that is why World Health Organization is here, properly represented. And Merck Chief Executive, a board member and CEO, Mark Serona, is here. We are here on a partnership. And I know this is something that all of us should actually learn to appreciate. Neglected tropical diseases, as you might all know, are really those diseases that are neglected, and they include worms of all sorts. So, on behalf of the Minister, I'd like to read this statement that she has prepared on this occasion, so that as we get to know each other, we get to know the subject also. So on behalf of Beth Mugo, the Minister for Public Health and Sanitation, I'm reading this. Mr. Stefan Oshman, CEO of Merck, Mr. Dick Angels from WHO Geneva, the media fraternity, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted this afternoon to receive 3.5 million tablets of praziquantel for treatment of bilharzia as a contribution towards control of neglected tropical diseases in Kenya. It is estimated that 6 million people in Kenya are at risk of bilharzia infection. The endemic areas are found in the regions of Coast, Lower Eastern, and Lake Victoria Basin. It is estimated that 70% of the population at risk is between 5 and 14 years of age. It is therefore important to have a greater focus on this age group, which is easily accessed through the school system. The National Multi-Year Strategic Plan of Action for Control of Neglected Tropical Diseases aims to guide the implementation of neglected tropical disease control activities in an integrated way so as to maximize its benefits. The neglected tropical diseases in our country include bilharzia, also called schistomiasis, intestinal worms, elephantiasis, trachoma, Kala-Azar, and hydatid diseases. These diseases constitute a serious impediment to socioeconomic development and quality of life. Ladies and gentlemen, neglected tropical diseases have enormous impact on individuals, on families, and communities in terms of disease burden, loss of productivity, and the aggravation of poverty and high cost of long-term care. Neglected tropical diseases cause disfigurement and disability, leading to stigma and social discrimination. The National Multi-Year Strategic Plan for Control of Neglected Tropical Diseases 2011 to 2015 identifies school deworming as the main strategy for controlling bilharzia and the common soil transmitted worms. The National School Health Policy in turn defines school-based deworming as one of the activities to be undertaken in schools as part of the comprehensive school health program. It is important to note that so far 4,613,480 of the targeted 5 million school-age children have already been dewormed for the common intestinal worms using albendazole, which was provided by the government. This was achieved in the 85 of the targeted 110 districts under the National School-Based Deworming Program. The rest of the districts will deworm from January 2013. Today's donation of praziquantel tablets will enable the Ministry of Public Health and Sanitation and the Ministry of Education to deworm 1.5 million children for bilharzia. The fight against neglected tropical diseases needs enormous resources which the government alone cannot afford. Hence, the ministry hereby encourages other donors and partners to join the fight against these diseases. I sincerely thank Merck for this generous donation. I would also like to thank the World Health Organization for playing a major role in making this donation a success. The government strongly believes that partnership is the main vehicle through which the strategic plan's targets can be achieved, and it allows all health sector stakeholders and partners to participate. With this in mind, the ministry will give all support needed to development partners who can assist in raising resources needed for the realization of the goals therein. I urge the public, and especially school-age children, to observe hygiene and health environment to avoid these worms. Hand washing, cleaning of fruits or any foods, handling with clean hands, having safe water, and thoroughly washing before eating those fruits, proper disposal of human waste, avoiding swimming in stagnant water, and wearing shoes are some of the practices to prevent worm infestation. Finally, I thank the media and all the stakeholders involved in the school health program and the program for the control of neglected diseases in Kenya. Thank you very much. That is the minister's statement, which is self-explanatory. Perhaps at this juncture, since we have guests around us, I'll want to welcome our guests one by one. Maybe beginning with the World Health Organization. And here represented by Dr. Rex Basaje. Dr. Rex Basaje, we want to say thank you to World Health Organization, and perhaps you can say something and then introduce Merck and the donation. And here, this. No, why don't you come?
Why did you come?
Yeah, it will reach, it's fine.
Oh, no,
It will reach.
Much, Bwana PS. First and foremost, I want to pass on apologies of the WHO representative to Kenya, Dr. Custodia Mangat. She wanted to be in person in this function, and in fact, she has tried the level best to try to arrange it herself, but she is still in Rwanda attending a regional meeting for African Ministers of Health that was taking place this week, and she returns tomorrow. So she asked me to represent her at this function, and specifically to thank you, Bwana PS, and also to welcome our guest, Dr. Stephen Ochan, the Chief Executive of Merck to Kenya, especially considering that Kenya is really one of the key countries for which I think the benefit that WHO has been able to pass on has benefited considerably. And also I think to recognize all your staff and team with whom we continue to work, and everybody else, really for one, putting together this function, and also for facilitating really that Kenya be a place whereby we can invite our partner, Merck to commemorate the 100th donation of Praziquantel. So on behalf of World Health Organization, let me express gratitude to be here and witness this important event. We in WHO are very delighted and proud to be part of this historic and auspicious occasion related to bilharzia control in Kenya. We are glad to be associated with Praziquantel donation program being made possible by the benevolent, generous and corporate social responsibility of Merck Germany. WHO has continuously provided Praziquantel for the treatment of children, school children control in our continent. Ladies and gentlemen, today's ceremony is particularly important since it leads to a national treatment exercise, as clearly elaborated by the Permanent Secretary, that will reach all children at risk of bilharzia in Kenya. It is also a symbolic occasion for Africa. It's also a symbolic occasion for Africa and Merck to celebrate the shipment and receipt of the 100th million tablet of Praziquantel provided through the donation program. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to use this occasion to remind ourselves that schistosomiasis or bilharzia remains a global public health problem, with sub-Saharan Africa being the most affected. Data from a number of sources show that Kenya is among the most highly endemic countries for schistosomiasis, with estimated 11 million people affected, of whom about 5.5 million are children of school-going age. We wish to fully compliment Kenya for putting in place a rich repository of data on schistosomiasis, which has benefited the country as well as the wider world through enrichment of current global guidelines. Through you, Bwana PS, we wish to specially commend Kenya Medical Research Institute, KEMRI, the Division of Vector-Borne Diseases, and other collaborating institutions for this noteworthy research, and also for hosting the Regional Training Center for the Control of Parasitic Diseases. We are also proud that Kenya is one of the pioneer countries to develop an integrated plan for control of neglected tropical diseases in response to the WHO advocacy on integrated approach to NTD control. We are particularly happy that it is indeed within the context of this integrated NTD control plan that the Minister of Public Health and Sanitation applied for and is today receiving the plasquantel donation before us in order to initiate a nationwide schistosomiasis treatment campaign. We are glad to report that the full government request of 3.52 million tablets of plasquantel has been honored by Merck and is part of the consignment being handed over today. We wish to join you, Bwana PS, in sincerely commending Merck for this generous donation and all other plasquantel donations that Merck has made since 2008 through us towards the improvement of health of African children in general and Kenyan children in particular. Indeed, we are proud that through this program, 11 countries have so far benefited in the African region, with at least 28 million people, mostly children of school-going age, having been treated. In January 2012, Dr. Ochman announced the expansion of the donation program towards provision of 250 million tablets a year until schistosomiasis is eliminated. This amount will allow for the treatment of at least 100 million children per year. It is therefore befitting that as we initiate the nationwide schistosomiasis treatment campaign in Kenya, we also, on behalf of the whole African region, celebrate the delivery of the 100th millionth plasquantel tablet and look forward to all high-burden countries in the region successfully conducting similar campaigns. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by expressing on behalf of the WHO Regional Director, Dr. Luis Gomez Sambo, and the WHO representative to Kenya, Dr. Custodia Mangat, our appreciation to you, Bwana PS, and through you, your entire team, for having set an important example in national schistosomiasis control and for personally presiding over this ceremony. Let me also thank Dr. Ochman for having taken the time to be personally with us today as we celebrate these important milestones emanating from your organization's corporate generosity. Indeed, may you extend our appreciation to the Merck Group for making plasquantel accessible to those least able to afford it. With these remarks, thank you very much, and it is my honor to invite Dr. Ochman to speak and convey remarks on behalf of Merck and the whole group WHO Merck collaboration. Thank you.
Dear representatives of the Ministry of WHO, dear colleagues, dear ladies and gentlemen, before I get into the actual topic, maybe a small personal remark. It's wonderful for me to be back in Nairobi in Kenya. I have had early in my career, when I was working for the UN system, for FAO, WHO and other agencies, I had made many trips to Nairobi and had conducted training courses for African scientists in laboratory diagnostics, and I have wonderful memories of that. Just great to be back here. During my personal career, I've always been involved in programs around access to health and about NTDs or other diseases, be it river blindness or be it HIV. And I was, when I joined Merck, I was very happy to see that we had this ongoing schistosomiasis program with the plasquantel donation. We are, just one word about who we are and who we are not. Our name is Merck. We are the oldest pharmaceuticals and chemicals company in the world. We were founded in 1668. We are still in majority ownership of the same family in the 13th generation. And this family has, over centuries, displayed values, very important values. One of them is responsibility. And we believe that this program fits very well with this value, and that we can make a contribution to society by participating in this program under the leadership of WHO and with regional and national stakeholders. It is a program that is also of high importance for all our employees. We have 40,000 employees in the world, and many of them are involved in this program, and it is a very, very important aspect of their motivation that we can not only contribute to improving the state of health of the 10% most affluent people in this world, but also make a contribution to the 90% who are in so much more need for access to quality medication. We have as Dr. Pasanja mentioned, we have early this year, in the context of the Gates CEO Roundtable, of which I'm a member, we've made the announcement that we would enhance our praziquantel donation to the level so that basically any patient who is in need can be treated until the disease is eliminated. And we believe that this is really something that is possible. We were in close contacts with our colleagues from WHO. They were able to convince us that this really makes sense and that this is a project that has a significant chance for success and where we can really make a contribution to the state of health of mankind. Yesterday, the new Access to Medicine Index has been published for 2012, and we're very happy that we as a company, the Access to Medicines Index is a private foundation who publishes how well global pharmaceutical companies contribute to access to health, and we've moved from rank 17 out of 20 to rank 8. That makes us very proud, but as we can see, there's still room for improvement. And the praziquantel program is a cornerstone of our access to health strategy. We don't see this as a charitable donation which we want to brag about. We are interested in genuine partnership with governments, with regional organizations, with global organizations, to simply eliminate this disease. This is what we want, and we want to do this in a sustainable way. In 2007, we entered into a partnership with WHO to combat this worm disease, schistosomiasis, which is a terrible, we keep saying an ugly disease. Originally it was scheduled to end in 2017, but we have renewed our commitment and will fight schistosomiasis in Africa hand in hand with WHO until elimination. The major offensive in our effort is Merck's commitment to a tenfold increase from 25 million to 250 million tablets of its annual donation, which is the most effective treatment for this parasitic worm disease, schistosomiasis. And today I'm very happy to officially donate the 100 millionth tablet of praziquantel to WHO. Kenya is a highly endemic country for the tropical worm disease. However, your country hasn't yet benefited from our partnership with WHO. That's why I'm looking forward to visiting Muku Primary School in Kirinyaga tomorrow morning and to witness the official start of the implementation of our donation program in Kenya, because we all know press conferences are important, government conferences are important. At the end of the day, what matters is that people really receive the medicine. I'm convinced that together with our partner WHO and together with the Ministries of Health and Education, we will be able to fight this insidious disease in your country. However, in order for Kenya to fully benefit from our donation, certain standards regarding implementation, reporting and mapping also have to be in place. A few words about business in Africa. Maybe that is interesting to some of you, because we want to avoid the impression as if our company's activities in Africa was purely about donation. We are a company that is a leading biopharmaceutical company. We also have other important business. For those of you who use mobile phones, iPhone, iPads, a large screen TV, you can be certain that a Merck product product, a liquid crystal product is in this product, and we also have Merck we also own Merck Millipore, which is an important business for us, which works in many markets to enhance the quality, basically, of in the production of biologic products. We see Africa as an important market for us. Today, the African continent is the third largest contributor to global growth and shows the strongest population growth worldwide. Given this, Merck aspires to more than double its current African business within the next 5 years, and this is why you see so many colleagues from us here. We are trying to really invest in Africa and build up infrastructure. We serve currently over 40 countries in Africa, and Kenya is among those countries that are of particular strategic importance for our business. The biggest growth potential regarding our pharmaceutical business is in the following therapeutic areas: in type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and anti-infectives. We see that non-communicable diseases play a very important role, both on the agenda of WHO and many governments, and we think that we can also contribute to this. We are also active in efforts to combat counterfeit medicines, and we provide mini labs to African governments to ensure that African patients get quality medicines. So, Your Excellency, let me maybe symbolically hand over the
first to WHO and
first to WHO. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I need to comply. In the spirit of our partnership, I hand over the 100 millionth tablet to WHO. Thank you.
You want to capture this one? You want to capture this one? Okay. So you can hand over. Thank you very much. You got it? Let me hand over on behalf of the
And then, Your Excellency, another important value for us is transparency and compliance. Therefore, we don't have any meaningful presence really for you. We just have a small pen, a regular pen for you, which we hope you can use to sign the progress reports. That we will get on the enhancement. This is a little CD.
People stay with it for a very long time without knowing what the effects will be. I'm informed that the effects of an attack by bilharzia can be debilitating and can even lead to death. So we are happy to have this partnership, WHO, Dr. Oshman. We can only say thank you to your company and the partnership that you have with WHO, that we shall be able to conquer this. Tomorrow, of course, yes, haraka sana, kwa sababu we are talking about kuangamiza minyoo in Kiswahili. Kuangamiza minyoo. What we are talking about is worms, and in Kiswahili it's called minyoo. Kama ni kuangamiza minyoo, tutafanya kazi pamoja. Asante sana. Asante sana. That's where we can talk more. We have another activity just at the ground floor, out there at the park. That's where we shall talk more. Thank you very much. See what we shall do. Yeah? You want something else? Last shot. Okay. All right.